Hello you guys, so I am back again with another video. Today I am making my video on my sleep study experience. I had my first sleep study done last night. I just got back this morning and I just wanted to give you guys a few things on what happened, how I was feeling. Beforehand, I will tell you I was super nervous. I've never done a sleep study before. The only person I know personally who has ever done a sleep study is my mother. That was like years ago. I was a little kid. She had sleep apnea and she had to stay overnight at the hospital to do a sleep study. And my mom, of course, is a strong woman, never really afraid of nothing. She made it seem like it was easy peasy. But me, I have super anxiety almost about everything, but I'm very strong with myself and can keep my feelings inside. But I will tell you, I was super nervous. The fact that I was watching other YouTube videos and I never really got a lot of videos of other people's actual personal experiences. I had more of the videos of, let me explain to you what happens during a sleep study. That's all good and all, but I would rather hear somebody's actual personal experience of what happened. And today, I'm going to tell mine. I did start off in the beginning of yesterday scared as hell, but I will tell you it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So let's start with the video. So to start the video off, explaining to you what exactly is a sleep study. So a sleep study pretty much just explains what's going on in your brain and in your body while you're sleeping. The reason why I was recommended for a sleep study was because I seriously have problems with sleeping. I've had it for years. I've always been a night owl. I am a 3 o'clock a.m., 4 o'clock a.m. sleeper, and I will sleep until 11 a.m. or 12. I've been that way since a teenager. I'm 32 now, still going through it. The difference between now and then is then I could still balance life and function with barely any sleep. I had just myself. Now I'm an adult. I'm married. I have 4 children. I work. I cannot balance myself with just 4 to 5 hours of sleep. I am super exhausted right now. I am super exhausted. So my usual sleep schedule is bedtime for my whole house is at 9 p.m. I'm sorry. My husband has to be up at 5:30 for a PT. I have to be up at 6 for my kids to get ready for school, and then I clock in for work at 7. I usually try to be in the bed. Everybody in the house is in the bed at 9 p.m. I take my melatonin at 8:30, but the problem is I do not officially close my eyes and sleep until between 12 and 1 a.m. And of course, my husband's alarm is going off at 5:30, waking me up. And I don't go back to sleep because why go back to sleep when you got to get right back up at 6 to make sure your kids are ready for school. And then at 7, I'm clocking in for my job. So that was one of the big issues that was preventing me from getting a full night's sleep. But trust me, there is, of course, more. My next reason for being recommended for the sleep study was because I do have severe hypertension. It literally runs in my family. I am African American. You know, mostly all kind of African American families have hypertension because of the food that we eat, and it's genetic. My mom has high blood pressure. Grandmother, my aunts, grandfather had it. Literally runs in my family. I experienced my first time with hypertension at 25 when I gave birth to my third daughter, Carter. I found out towards the end of the pregnancy. Like I was like 9 months, and towards the end I had it. They gave me pills. I took those pills up and I was pretty much good from then. Didn't have to worry about it again until I got to my 4th pregnancy, which was with Erin. She was my first and only C-section. That was painful as hell, by the way. And it literally made my blood pressure like jump up. And after she was born, I had to stay in the hospital for like a week. My blood pressure was high the entire week that I was there. And they gave me pills for that as well. They even sent the nurses. They had to could go by the house and check the baby. And they were talking about my blood pressure. After that, I had been trying from 28 to 32 to manage the blood pressure on my own, but I sucked at doing it. I'll tell you, I'm doing way more now at 32 than I was doing at 29, 30, 31 because I had no choice. Beforehand, I so-called was trying to cut back, not really getting too much physical activity in my life, and it wasn't working. I would go to the doctor. Some days my blood pressure was normal. Sometimes it was slightly elevated. But this recent time, back in January, it was extremely high. It was 208 over 118. And they immediately, I wasn't even hurting or nothing. That's how bad your health can sneak up on you. Because I was a little bit more weight was on me kind of then than it is now. Because I was like swollen then. I'm a little bit better now. I lost a few pounds. They ended up like putting me in the emergency room. They were like, your head is not hurting. You don't feel dizzy. Like nothing. I had nothing wrong with me. And they were like, this is like stroke level. Like you have severe like hypertension. So they ended up putting me on pills, and I got recommended to a specialist that specializes in hypertension. And he basically changed everything. First of all, I am pre-diabetic, so I have to take Trulicity injections for that. I had to change my eating habits, drink more water, and also at least be active 1 hour per day. Of course, I'm not going to lie, I suck at that because I'm super busy with my kids, my house. I have so many things that I have to do. So I at least try to get 30 minutes in a day versus the hour. Sometimes I get an hour. The majority of times I get 30 minutes. Also, he was telling me about hypertension sometimes deals with your sleep. Sometimes when you're sleeping, it may feels like you're choking or whatever, like your throat is closing up, and then you just wake up out of breath. That can make your blood pressure go up as well, and that had happened to me before. So that's why I was advised to do this sleep study. I got to the sleep study at 8:30 last night. Nervous as hell, like I said, because I've never experienced it before. And I had a very nice nurse. Her name was Heather. She was so cool, so nice. She made me feel super comfortable. Loved her. I got in my room. My room's actually super nice. I had one on YouTube to see how the room's looking. Everybody was like, oh, it looks like, average like a hotel room. Mine looked very homey. Like they did very good with the room. It was extremely homey. I had the sleep study done here in Fairbanks, Alaska. So comfy, like Fairbanks, Alaska. Little cabin feel to me, sort of, when I was looking at the bed. I had a fan in there. Thank God for that, because I cannot sleep without the sound of a fan. So I'm super excited about that. I got to sleep with the fan on. She hooked that up for me. I had a nice TV so I could watch Netflix. I was trying to watch Love is Blind last night, and there was another show I can't remember. The bed was super comfy. I had 2 nice pillows, and I also had my own bathroom that I could go to. So it was actually perfect. So the things that they told me beforehand that you have to bring with you, or really don't, just if you want to make you feel comfortable, you do have to wear loose fitting PJs, because they're going to hook you up with all these props in your face, your legs, your chest, everything. So I just wore an oversized t-shirt, because that's what I sleep in at night. Oversized t-shirt, oversized pajama pants. I had my little jacket. I went to the store beforehand and bought me some snacks. I bought a water, bought me some cookies, some cheese crackers. I was like, I'll make sure I got everything. I brought my AirPods just in case I needed them. Of course, I had to get my phone charged, because if my phone had went dead, I would have been pissed. But it did not. Thank God. What else? Oh, and I also brought my comfy house shoes that my husband bought me from Finland. That was really nice. So the lady came in, and she pretty much just explained to me, Heather explained to me like what was going to go on. She got like this little goop or whatever so she could stick all the props on my face, in my hair, on my chest. She was real cool. She taught me through it because I was like, oh my God, how am I going to move with all this stuff? And the doctor, of course, about a week ago had prescribed me a sleeping pill to take to help me fall asleep, because I have the very hardest time sleeping. The only time I can tell you I can get good sleep is either on the weekends or if I stay up a whole 24 hours and then go to sleep the next day. That's how I get my sleep in. So after I got all hooked up, she was like, you can watch TV, be on your phone, whatever. Just do what you normally do when you're at home. I ate my snacks. I had to keep my water by my side because unfortunately I got a flu cold. I don't know what it was, like 2 weeks ago. I had a bad headache, body aches, all that. And what did it leave me with? A hacking cough that's annoying. I have water with me right now while I'm doing this YouTube video because of the same situation. I still have this hacking cough that will not leave me alone. So I had my water in the bed with me just in case I wake up hacking. I did get medicine for it like 2 days ago. They gave me some steroids and some pills for the coughing, but to me it's not doing anything. So I most likely will be back on Monday afternoon after I get off from work to get something else. Because yes, it's super annoying. But anyway, I got in the bed like at 9 p.m. Also, that's just when I took the sleeping pill. I started to get sleepy because she came and checked up on me 11:30. So between 11:30 and 12:30, I actually started like nodding off, but I wake back up. And how was my sleep? It wasn't that good. I don't know, was it because I was not at home? I'm used to, sleeping with my husband when he's at home, or when my husband is like in the field or he's going to the country. My children are in the bed. I don't know, was it maybe because I'm not used to sleeping alone, or was it the fact that I wasn't in the comfort of my own home? I was super restless. I personally think I only got maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes of sleep. That's about it. The nurse, Heather came in at like 5:50, was waking me up, and she was like, hey, do you normally, wake up at this time? And I was like, yeah. My husband wakes up at 5:30. His alarm just be loud, blasting in my ear at 5:30. So I usually get up at 5:30. Do not go back to sleep because I had to stay up anyway for the kids and, of course, for myself to clock into work. She said that she was watching the monitor and she was like, yeah, you were like super restless. You barely slept. She was like, right when your brain was like fully asleep. She said you woke up and drank some water. So, yes, that part of the experience was not good. I think another part played in it was being hooked up with all those like gadgets, because you can't move certain ways because you don't want to unplug it. Because, of course, let's say you're sleeping and you unplug everything, and then your nurse is going to have to come back in and hook you all back up. So that was a little bit part of how my sleep got messed up, because my husband talked crap about me. I do be sleeping all over the bed. I move to the left. I move to the right. I do not sleep on my back because for me, I feel like I'm suffocating. And I like move my feet back and forth like this. My husband be like, you in the bed riding the bike. But it soothes me. It comforts me. It helps me sleep. And it was hard to do all the things that usually comfort me because I had a bunch of wires just sticking out everywhere. So I will say that played a part. The fact that I was not in my own personal home, in my bed, played a part. And maybe because I was by myself, that played a part too. You would think that I would sleep better, being that there were no children to bother me. And my 5-year-old would be knocking on the door, being like, Mom, I'm thirsty. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, can I get in bed with you guys? But no, I still could not sleep at all. But after Heather came in and she unhooked me and stuff, told me how my sleep went, which was horrible. Then she was like, I could, wash off if I wanted to. But I was like, no, let me get back, because my husband sent me a message. He needed to get his helmet because I had took the car and it was in the back of the truck. So I had to rush and get home to him and the kids. But all in all, how my experience was, it was okay. The sleep study building, perfect, very comfy. I loved it. It made me comfortable. Like I liked it. It was like a whole comfy room. Heather, if I could give her a 100 stars, she did great. She made me feel comfortable. She made me feel at ease. My issue was I just didn't go to sleep. I will say that personally, I wish it was an easier way of doing a sleep study where they didn't have to stick 1,000 wires all over you. If they didn't have to stick 1,000 wires all over you and you're kind of nervous about trying to unhook something, then it may be a little easier. But other than that, it was okay. Most likely, I foresee in the future, I'm probably gonna have to do another one because apparently they want to see you at least sleep for 6 hours. I only got like 2 in there. So I'm hoping the next time maybe I can have a stronger sleeping pill and that'll work. I'm hoping. But all in all, it was okay. I just literally wanted to tell people from my perspective and hoping that it will help somebody else out there too that's about to do a sleep study and get on YouTube and just want to see how it is. So I hope you guys like my video. Bye.